Welcome back programmers. In the previous video we saw how to create a graph and how to create a default graph and how to create a default graph as a new graph. So in this video we are gonna talk about graphs collection keys. Now in the previous video we saw get tensor by name and get operation by name and get operations, these three methods, and we skip all of these four methods. So first we are gonna see graphs collection keys methods. So now a graph can hold more than just tensors and operation. This additional information is stored in a set of list called graphs collection, as which dictionaries you can access the element of a collection using identifier called keys. In this table you can see different keys for graphs collection. Again, a graph can hold more than just tensor and operation. This additional information is stored in a set of list called the graphs collection. Okay, set of a list. So in the previous video we saw how to get a default graph, how to get all collection keys. We are gonna see this function again, and we saw get operation by name. So in this video let's move on to the graphs collection keys. So the first function is global variable. If you know Python object oriented, or if you know C, C++, so you know what is global variable and what is local variable. So basically global variable means we can use this global variable whenever we want and wherever we want, and we can use local variable as a particular place only. So if you create a variable in a function, so that means the local variable is in the function, and if you create a variable in a main place globally, so it means that is the global variable. You can use whenever you want to use this global variable. Okay, so let's create a global variable. So if we wanna use global variable, we have to use tf.compat.v1. We have function. You can see global variable initializer. So we are gonna use global variable, all variable used in the application. So in these five variable, the first one is global variable, second one is local. Now third one is model variable used in the model. Now we are gonna talk more about in later video what is model. And the fourth is trainable variable capable of being trained by an optimizer. So this is the very important variable, this and this, because if you wanna train the model, so we are gonna use the trainable variable. Moving arrange variable that maintain moving arrange. This is the important variable too. So if we wanna learn neural network, so these three functions are gonna help us. So this variable stored an additional information in a set of list. So whenever we run this, you can see we got a list, empty list in here. So what if I do like this, a equal to tf.compat.vn.global variables, and what if I print the a? So again I'm gonna get a list in here. So global variables are variables that are shared across the machine in a distributed environment. The variable constructor or get variable automatically add a new variable to the graphs collection, graphs key.global variables. This convenience function returns the contents of the collection. An alternative to global variable are local variable, tf.compat.vn.local variable. So it takes argument like a scope. This is the optional argument, a string. If supplied, the resulting list is filtered to the including only items whose name attribute matches scope using the re.match item. Without a name attribute are never returned if a scope is supplied. The choice of rematch means that a scope without special tokens filtered by prefix, and basically it returns a list of variables object. So let's try. Let's say b equal to 10. Let's pass the p. So now b is the global variable. So let's try defun, and in this function let's print the a, and let's call this function. We still got this empty list, so we are gonna talk more in the later video what is global variable, and same as the local variable. If I change this like local variables, I still got empty list. So this is not kind of important for now. So let's create a model variable. So same in here, I'm gonna change this into model variable. So that's how you can create a variable. So you can try all of this variable. Most of the collection store data related to variable, so which I cover in the chapter 5. For now it's simply important to know the graph provide access to tensor, operators and other types of data. Now let's move on to the creating graphs depths. But first let's see these functions which we skipped before in the previous video. So let's try to run all of this function again and again. So what I'm gonna do is, first I'm gonna create a session with tf.compat.v1.session. You can name it anything, as ses, and in here let's try all of these functions. So let's try again get tensor by name. I'm gonna create a quick variable or quick constant, tf.constant. Let's pass the 10, and again I'm gonna do is I'm gonna copy this, paste this in here, b equal to tf.constant 10. Let's change the value to 5, so you can see the answer c equal to a plus b. Okay, now let's use the first function. The first function is get tensor by name. So let's try. So in here says dot get tensor by name, and in here I'm gonna pass the name a, and then I'm gonna print the get tensor equal to says dot get tensor by name, and I'm gonna print the gt. Oops, we got error. We have to use graph dot get tensor by name because this all is the graphs function. So let's create a default graph in here. The name A looks like an invalid operation because we ain't used the default graph. So let's try. First I'm gonna remove this quickly and says dot get default graph, or even you can directly use graph2. Okay, and let's pass the a, and let's add the value name equal to a. Okay, this time we got error. The name a refers to an operation, not be a tensor. So we have to do is op name and output index. So let's say output index is 0. Okay, so we got or a of 0, shape and data type equal to integer 32. So that's how you can get tensor by its name. So let's try to get a b, and see we got to b, integer data type is 32. Let's try to change the data type of a. So let's say the type equal to tf dot float 64. Okay, so let's print the a. We got error, input y of add y. Okay, we got a summation problem in here. So what I'm gonna do is copy this and paste this in here, so we can create a sum. Okay, so whenever I print b or a, you can see we still got integer 32 because a of 0 is data type is integer 32. So you got the point. But whenever I print c, so it gives us a error, c does not exist in graph. So because we not have c, this is the different variable because this is the operation. So if you wanna see the C, or if I change it to D, you can see we got same error. So if you wanna find this C, so let's try this. First I'm gonna change this, and I'm gonna copy this, and I'm gonna paste this. Okay, now let's use this function get operation by name. I'm gonna copy this, and in here I'm gonna paste this get operation by name, and I'm gonna change it to C. So we got the error. So the error is the name C refers to an operation not in the graph. Okay, we have to do is, let's try tf.sum. Okay, we got add function, sorry. Let's pass A and B. Okay, so if you wanna print this C, so you have to use get operation. It is automatically gonna print C. So if you wanna find the get operation by name, so let's find the A operation. So let's try A. So you can see you got name equal to A, operation equal to constant, attribute equal to key, data type, value equal to type dt integer 32, and all of the other stuff. Attribute equal to key equal to value, value equal to tensor, data type again and again. Okay, integer value equal to 5. So let's try with B. So you can see we got a value name equal to B and integer value equal to 5. Let's change the B value quick, so we can see. Let's try 25. Okay, so it is still 5 because this is the integer value, not a this value. Okay, so if I change into C, we got error. You can see C refers to an operation not in graph. So if you wanna print the GT and GO, which is get answer by name, so let's try to run this. Sys.run. Let's try GT. So I'm gonna remove this print line, and I'm gonna create in here a print sys.run, and the parameter is GT. You can see we got 5, but we got error because of in here I passed this C. So let's change into B. You can see we got a 5. Now why we got 5? Because if I copy all of this and paste this in here and create another session and run this again, you can see we again got 5. Oops, I forgot to add x and y in here. I'm gonna remove this again, and I'm gonna paste this. First I'm gonna run this and paste this again. Now I'm gonna change the variable into x, y and z, and in here I'm gonna change the variable again x and y, and in here I'm gonna pass the x of 0, and in here I'm gonna pass the y, and in here I'm gonna change the name into x and change the name into y. So you can see we got 5 and 25 in here. Why? Because this 5 is this 5 sys.run, because whenever we change the value, this is not gonna change in the graph, because we first add in 5 in here because the constant value is 5, and then we changed it. So this is not gonna happen because this is not changed the value. 25 is not in here, so A is permanently stored as 5 and B is permanently stored as 5. So if we change in here like 28 and I run this code, you can see we still got 25. So that's why we use the graph. It stores the value. So if you wanna change the value, you can use the global variable and local variable. You can see global and local and all of the variable. So that's how it works. Now let's again use this get operation. So first I'm gonna remove this, and let's try to print these two, and in here I'm gonna pass the GO. So we got a none. Why we got none? We stored the B. So if we print the GO, so you can see we got this. So this is already running, so we don't have to store in the session and run the session. So it is already running, that's why we can directly print the go in here. Okay, now let's create get operation. GTO equal to, I'm gonna copy this, paste this in here, and copy this and paste this in here, and I'm gonna print the GTO. You can see we got a lots of stuff in here. tf.operation constant, tf.operation constant 1, and so on. So we got A, we got B, we got A1. These are the previous my operations. So in here you can see return a list containing the graphs operation. So these all are is the graphs operation. So, and let's try to add a C in here. So you can see get operation take one positional argument but given two. So the first argument is the default argument, so we don't have to add an argument in here. So we got all of this operation in here, and the last one is type equal to add 60 operation. So this is the list. Okay, now let's find get all collection keys, and in here I'm gonna do is paste this, and I'm gonna copy this and paste this in here. Get collection keys. Okay, GCK get collection key equal to session.graph.get all collection keys, and then print GCK. We got empty list in here because we don't have any collection keys, so I'm gonna remove this print statement. Okay, we don't have any collection keys. It return a list of the graphs collection, so we don't have any graphs collection keys. And then get collection name and scope, return a list of value in the given collection. So let's try this, but we don't have any collection, so let's try. What I'm gonna do copy this, paste this in here, and then we have to pass name and scope. So scope is none defaultly, so let's pass the name. So we don't have any name, so let's try to pass A. So let's try GC get collection. Okay, you can see we still got empty list because we don't have any collection. We are gonna talk more about in the later video what is collection and how to use it, but you can only learn how to use this function. Okay, again I'm gonna paste this and copy this, add collection, and in here add collection, and in here we are gonna do is pass the A and B. We got null because again we don't have any collection, and this is the last add to collection and add to collection, and this is the add to collections. Add the value to the container can be accessed with the name, and add the value to the container can be accessed with the name. Okay, so these are the same, so I'm not gonna do this again, so I'm gonna remove this. Okay, so that is it for our collections. Okay, now let's move on. We saw all of these collection keys: global variable, local variable, modal variable, trainable variable, movable, or you can say moving arrange variable, summaries. Now what is summaries? Tensor summaries. So in here what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna copy all of this, paste this in here, and I'm gonna change the variable sumr summary equal to tf.compare.v1.summaries. So let's print the sumr. Module object is not callable. Okay, so we have to remove this. You can see we got a tensor summaries. You can see we got TensorFlow core.compact.v1 summaries from C user Vivek Anaconda lib site package TensorFlow core API v2 compact v1 summaries and init.py So this is the path of these summaries. So summary is the init.py, which is the default package. Now if you use summary.tensor summary, so you have to pass, you can pass name, tensor, summary, description, collection, summary, metadata, family and display name as the parameter. So let's try summary dot. You can see we got all of these function we can use using the summary, audio, event, file writer, histogram, image. Let's use create file writer. Okay, we don't have create file writer in here, so let's see which function we got. Okay, tensor summary, we got tensor summary, which is the important one. So let's leave it for now because this is important but not that important. So we are gonna skip summary. Not skipping because I told you how to use summary, because this is only we can use lots of function using this summary, all way to summary ops, audio, event. So we're gonna talk more about it in the later video because we don't have to use this function for now. So let's try query runners. Query runners that provide input data. So I'm gonna copy this query runners. Let's try tf.compare.vn.query runner. So this is a queue runner, not a query runner. Queue runners that provide input data. In here we have to pass the queue. So there is no function like queue runner, so we can't use that function because we don't have. In the official TensorFlow site, you can see this function deprecated. It will be removed in the future version. Instruction for updating to construct input pipeline use the tf.data. Okay, so let's remove this. We're not gonna use this function. So I'm gonna Control Z for summary, so you can see my code in the all-in-one code. So if you wanna see my all code, so just go in the all-in-one code.pythonanywhere.com, and in the latest post you can find my latest code. So all of the code is in here, and even you can see the video in here and in here too. And if you wanna find the source code, just go in here. So this is my website, all-in-one code.pythonanywhere.com. Okay, so the last one is regularization loses product by regularization. Okay, let's try. I don't think this function is still on the market. Let's try regu. Okay, don't have this function too, so these two are old functions, so we are not gonna use these two function. Okay, so that is it for today, guys. In the next video we're going to talk about creating graph depths. So this is the very important part, because if you wanna find the neural network, so you have to use creating a graph depths. Okay, so in the next video we are gonna see creating a graph depths and creating and running session. So this is the very important part, how to use this session, how to run this session. We saw how to run this session, but we are gonna go in the deep of this session and we are gonna use all of this function. So that is it for today's, guys. If you like this video, please like this video, share this video to other programmers, comment me for the next video, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you'll never miss my update, hit on the bell icon. So that is it for today's, guys. Thank you.